You know, many of us worry if we're going to even have enough money for retirement. If you're concerned that you're going to make some mistakes along the way in planning, we have help for you to make the best choices. President and founder of Premier Retirement and Wealth Management, Jeff Vogan, is here with some great advice for us. Jeff, thank you so much for coming back.
You're welcome.
You know, and I think when we're talking about retirement, we were joking kind of with the bloke behind the camera that if I had met you 20 years ago, I'd already be rich. So that's why we're talking about this now and getting everybody, because I think a lot of people don't feel like they get to, I guess, the ideal place they want to be. Are there kind of common mistakes you see that we can know now? Well,
you know, there are, and obviously starting early enough is like kind of the no-brainer. Like, a fail to plan is a plan to fail, we say. And not having a plan. I think there's a lot of people that actually get to retirement without a plan. Unfortunately, I meet a lot of them, and they have done the 401k and they've done the investing over the years, not really paying attention to it. But at least some of them at least have been consistent enough to have savings. The smart thing they do is once they've changed their lifestyle from working and getting a paycheck, they realize that financial management changes. I mean, just like your lifestyle changes, financial management should change. And many people realize that they probably ought to do something different with their financial matters, and they do come in for advice, and that's good. But obviously, if you can get a jump start before retirement, you're way better off, because you can structure investments and things to manage risk better, manage income better, and those kind of things.
So what are some of those, if we are getting that little jump start, some of the things we should be doing along the way that we're not kind of tripping up along those planning? Okay,
well, I think it goes along with those who have retired as well, but two of the biggies are not respecting market risk enough. I think the closer we get to retirement, we should kind of inherently have that idea, like, you know, I'm getting to the point where I can't afford to lose money. Once we're retired and we're not getting that paycheck, it would be financial devastation to many people to lose half of their assets in the stock market crash. And we've had two of those in the last 17 years.
Yeah.
And who knows, we could be due for another one. Now, many people who have retired just in the last few years haven't experienced that while they've been retired, and I think they need to go back and kind of have another closer look at where they stand risk-wise and if they can afford to withstand a crash. I like to divide retirement assets into two areas. One is paychecks and playchecks. Paychecks are the ones that pay the bills.
Right.
An income plan is essential. The playchecks are those assets that you could have in those things like the market, that if up or down, you can make adjustments to your lifestyle, but they're not going to be adjustments from the standpoint of those staple goods and the things you need from day to day. So those paychecks need to be managed through, I think, a coherent and a sane and sound income plan where you maximize Social Security. You put assets into things like annuities that can guarantee lifetime income so that you don't run out of money before you're done.
Yeah, and I think having a great support system, a team to kind of help you. And I know we see, you know, out and about different businesses that say that they will be that person, large firms, and you guys are more of an independent, smaller firm. What would you say makes the difference between working with you and, of course, somebody else?
I think the biggest difference is that we are small enough and nimble enough to make custom plans. We don't work like a lot of the Wall Street firms. And I used to work for one of them that basically had, you know, 6 cookie cutter models depending on somebody's risk number, and that was it. It was just about stocks and bonds, and that was it. And as far as you know, they said, we do not give legal or tax advice. You know, go to somebody else. You know, I think income planning is a separate area of expertise that we've got in our firm, just due to consistent planning with income. We also include tax planning. That's another thing most big firms disclaim. Oh, we do not do tax planning. Well, $1 saved in taxes is like $1 earned, and I think taxes are a big part of that planning. You know, how to structure assets that are tax efficient, and also trying to understand what your tax bracket's going to be after retirement. And sometimes it's higher than while you work because there's less deductions and other things that might happen. So I think just having a full, broad-based understanding of, first of all the areas that you need to tackle, and being able to provide a wider range of services makes us very different. We can customize a plan, basically.
When I'm talking about, you know, my money and my future, you know, custom and personalized and being able to cover all, those are all things I want to hear when it comes to that. And being educated and, like I said, having a support system are two things that go hand in hand in a successful, whatever we're talking about, estate planning, retirement, anything. And you guys go the extra mile by offering educational classes out at Pima Community. Tell me about those and what we would gain.
Well, we cover all 5 aspects of a comprehensive financial plan, from income planning planning, income strategies, making sure the investments support those. So investment planning is a big one. Tax planning, another one. Healthcare. I mean, moving to a nursing home when you're retired is a quick way to go broke.
Yeah.
They're very expensive, and to not have some sort of a plan to cover those unfortunate circumstances, should they happen, is important. And then, of course, the estate planning issue, how to distribute what you've saved your lifetime to who you want, how you want, when you want.
You guys have so many ways that you help us. You also have this retirement playbook that people can get their hands on, and that's just by giving you a call.
Sure, they can call. Anybody who comes by and visits us or gives us a call, we'd be happy to give them our retirement playbook. There's about 9 different strategies or ideas in there that'll help people have a stronger retirement.
I love this, and I'm going to remind them how to get a hold of you in order for all this education and, of course, that support system and this playbook that's going to help us. Jeff, as always, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I guess that information one more time. To schedule a consultation or to get a second opinion to make sure that your plan is as tax efficient as possible, call Jeff's office. They're at 780-9059 or visit premret.com. You can also attend a tax planning or estate planning course on the dates that are listed on your screen.